Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the posting of the colors. Then remain standing as UW Stevens Point Senior Instrumental, General, and Choral Music Education major, Allison Evans from Reedsburg, Wisconsin, sings our national anthem.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated.
Don't you just love that music? I do. Allison and Dr. Butler and our band did a fantastic job. Thank you. Well done. Let's give them a big round of applause here. Good afternoon. I'm Bernie Patterson, and it is my honor to serve as Chancellor of the University of Wisconsin, Stevens Point. And on behalf of the faculty and staff of this great university, welcome to the 2018 Spring Commencement. Big thank yous are in order today, because this just doesn't happen. It takes a lot of planning and a lot of work. Jordan Eckendorf and all the staff in University Relations and Communications Office, Facility Services, Marketing, IT, University Police and Security Services, and many, many others across this campus work. It takes just 3 days to set this arena up, but months in the planning. Let's give them all a big round of applause. Just a note of interest before we get started with the ceremony this afternoon. The lecterns that you see on the stage today were built from a northern pin oak that stood on this campus for more than 130 years. The oak was here before the university was founded in 1894. The tree measured 94 feet tall and had a trunk of circumference of 14 feet. The tree earned honors in the Champion Tree National Register. Sadly, though, it succumbed to the oak wilt disease and was taken down in January of 2017. The lecterns were designed by Angie Novak, an alum of UWSP, and built by Todd Whippenforth. Both are members of our facility services team. So these will always be part of what we do at this university. So, yeah, I think we can applaud the 130-year-old tree. I think that's pretty special. We want to extend to everyone our warmest greetings on this special occasion. There's a reason we call today Commencement. It is a day of new beginnings, promising futures. There are many who helped this day be possible, especially the parents and family and friends and other supporters of our graduates. The more than 1,300 members of the spring graduating class are here in large measure because you made the commitment and the necessary sacrifices to help them realize their dreams. Graduates earning a college degree is a major milestone, but few of you arrived at this point alone. So let's take a moment to say thank you to those who helped make this possible. But graduates, I want you to hold your applause for a few minutes. I'll cue you in when I want to ask for a little audience participation here. And so I'm going to first ask the parents and step-parents of our graduates to please stand if you're able and remain standing, please. If you would please stand if you're a parent or step-parent. And now with the grandparents and great-grandparents join them, if you would please stand as well if you're able. Now, brothers and sisters, would you join them as well? And husbands, wives, and partners of our graduates. You guys are figuring this out, aren't you? Now the children and grandchildren of our graduates. Now, aunts and uncles and nieces and nephews, would you please stand as well? And other relatives and friends of our graduates, would you please stand? That should be just about everybody, unless you wandered in off the street this afternoon. One more group, a very important group. Our faculty and staff. We have the most dedicated faculty and staff of any university in this country right here in Stevens Point. Would you please stand with her as well? Now, graduates, now is the time to say thank you. A standing ovation, and I want them to hear you at UW-Whitewater. So on your feet. You can do better than that. I've heard you before. Okay. Graduates, would you please remain standing for a moment? And the audience, you may be seated. Thank you. Graduates, I want you to look around. Look around this arena. I want you to look inside yourself, deep inside yourself. And remember those who very much would like to have been here but can't, or not any longer with us. Graduates, these are the shoulders upon which you stand today. These are the shoulders upon which you stand today. Let that sink in for just a moment. Okay, please be seated. But you are not finished saying thank you quite yet. So, graduates, I want you to take out your phones, the devices. Most of you have them out already. You know, for those half a dozen of you who actually put them away, get them out. Get them out. I want you to send a message. I'm going to dictate it to you. School's not quite out yet. You ready? Dear Mom and Dad, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. We'll wait. One more thing. When we finish this afternoon and we adjourn and you're walking through this great hall looking for your family, and you will eventually find them, they're going to give you a big hug. They're so proud of you. When they do, linger just a bit longer, just a moment longer, and whisper, thank you, thank you, thank you. Graduates, commencement marks the beginning. You have feelings, I'm sure, of sadness as you say farewell to roommates and good friends. Maybe feelings of anxiety, not quite sure what the future will hold for you. And certainly feelings of excitement, the excitement of today. There's a reason we call this commencement. As I said, it is a day of new beginnings and of promising futures. Commencement also marks a time of new responsibilities, a time to start paying it forward, a time to mold yourself into a servant leader, a time to make a difference, a time to support your community and exercise your responsibilities, graduates, be it at the polls or through volunteer work or just making life better for a neighbor. And there will be hundreds of opportunities for you, be it at animal shelters, schools, food pantries, nursing homes, or just helping with the cleanup of our lakes and rivers. You've gotten a good start during your time at the university through the thousands of hours you have volunteered already. Now, let us celebrate this great occasion together. To introduce other distinguished members of our audience and graduating class, may I present our Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Dr. Greg Summers.
Thank you, Chancellor Patterson, and good afternoon, everyone. As part of this occasion, we give special recognition to those students who have truly excelled both in and out of the classroom. I'd like to ask Phi Kappa Phi members to please stand. Phi Kappa Phi is a national honor society that encourages superior scholarship in all academic disciplines and recognizes those persons of good character who have excelled in scholarship. Let's give them a round of applause, please. Congratulations, you may be seated. Members of another group of outstanding students are recognized as recipients of the Academic Honors Award. The faculty has established a program of academic honors to recognize undergraduate students for outstanding academic achievement. Graduation honors are awarded on the basis of the grade point average for all classes attempted. There are 3 levels of academic honors: cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude. Will those students graduating with an overall grade point average of 3.5 to 3.74 please stand? Ladies and gentlemen, these students are graduating cum laude. Congratulations. Please be seated. Will those students graduating with an overall grade point average of 3.75 to 3.89 please stand? These students are graduating magna cum laude. Congratulations to each of you. Please be seated. Among this afternoon's graduates, there are 33 students at this ceremony who have earned a grade point average of 3.9 or above, a summa cum laude designation. Will those students please stand at this time? Let's join me in congratulating these outstanding students. You may be seated. Now please welcome once again Chancellor Bernie Patterson.
Thank you, Provost Summers. We are honored to have as our spring commencement speaker Ted Chapin, President and Chief Creative Officer of Rodgers and Hammerstein. Based in New York, Rodgers and Hammerstein's organization owns the rights to the world's most popular stage and film musicals, including Oklahoma, The King and I, and The Sound of Music. On his watch, there have been 7 Tony Award-winning revivals on Broadway. A new Broadway production of Carousel opened in April. Ted has worked with alumni such as Laura Osnes and Tatiana Lamval, who have both starred in the leading role in Cinderella on Broadway. And Ted, I want to pause here for just a minute to say, as I did this morning, our students go off to do amazing things, and you help them find their path. And we really appreciate how you support our students in this university. Thank you. Thank you. Ted earned his bachelor's degree in English and theater from Connecticut College and now serves as an emeritus trustee. UW Stevens Point class of 2018 and guests, would you please help me welcome our commencement speaker, Ted Chapin. Ted.
Thank you, Chancellor Patterson. I want to begin today with a confession. I have no idea who gave the commencement speech when I graduated from college, nor what that person said. When my younger daughter graduated from that same institution, the man who found the wreckage of the Titanic gave perhaps the dullest speech I have ever heard. When my older daughter graduated from a different college, the commencement speaker was the father of one of her classmates. The classmate was Elizabeth Hanks, and her father, the charismatic Tom Hanks, gave an insightful talk. So in thinking about the privilege I have been given today, it is certainly my hope to be more in the Tom Hanks mold. I shall be brief, as he was, and I will try not to bore you. Over my life, I have learned to say what you want to say and get on with it. Standing up here does give me what Teddy Roosevelt referred to as a bully pulpit, an expression that came from a time when bully meant superb or wonderful, not what bully means today. But the expression bully pulpit means simply that I am up here talking and you get to listen to me for a few minutes. Now, since commencement speeches are intended to impart at least one piece of helpful advice, I'm going to focus on one word in that last sentence: listen. I know that sounds simplistic because we all listen. How can we have conversation without listening to what the other person says and responding appropriately? But the truth is, there are far more people today talking than there are people who actually listen. Let me tell you about the moment when I learned the importance of listening. It was the fall of 1997, and I was asked to moderate a panel as part of a television series run by the American Theater Wing titled Working in the Theater. The series consisted of hour-long discussions about various aspects of the Broadway theater. The guy who ran the wing felt that I might be a good person to moderate one of the programs. The subject I was handed was the then newly opened Broadway production of The Lion King. It is, of course, still going strong, 20 years and 8,000 plus performances later. But then it was something daring and exciting, a stage adaptation of a beloved Disney animated film put in the hands of a decidedly downtown theater artist whose work off-Broadway and around the world had included imaginative use of puppets, sculptural costumes, and visuals that created dazzlingly theatrical productions. Her name is Julie Taymor. She is a formidable person with formidable talent. She was on the panel, as were the people from Disney who had done the risky thing of hiring her, and several of the collaborators they had chosen to work with, which included a musical director from South Africa who had worked on the original movie, but who had a disdain for everything Broadway. In other words, it was going to be a challenge. I, a novice, wrangling a discussion among strong-willed and successful artists, all of whom had worked together. I was the outsider. I read up on the show's development, bought a coffee table book that was published moments after the show opened, asked people about the various personalities I would be dealing with, and generally dug up information I could gather that I felt would make for an interesting discussion. I came up with an introduction that I memorized and delivered directly to the camera, introduced everybody on the panel, and then threw the first question to one specific person. I wasn't sure how it was going to flow from there, but I figured there were enough good, interesting things for people to say to provide for a good conversation. I knew I was the new person in the room, and this group had clearly found its own way of interacting with each other. The show was so dazzling and so well different that I suspected there had been fireworks along the creative way. What I learned, and fast, was that I would be lost if I didn't pay close attention to what was said in response to any question. In other words, I had to listen. While I didn't have a particular overall arc, I did have a collection of subjects I felt would be appropriate, and some ideas of how to get there. I resisted the urge to respond when the musical director made disparaging comments about Broadway, remarks that I knew to be inaccurate, because I knew the conversation wasn't about me and what I thought. I had read in the coffee table book that one character had changed substantially as the result of one of the workshops. That felt like a good subject, but as I tried a couple of times to steer the conversation there, Julie Taymor turned to me and said, "I know where you're trying to go," turned away, and continued right along the path she had taken for herself. For whatever reason, she wasn't going there. I got through the discussion, and at the end, I was exhausted. I realized that because I had spent the entire hour listening. I acquitted myself enough to be asked back to do more. It turned into the start of a bit of a career, moderating discussions and conducting public interviews. I enjoyed it, and I thought I was pretty good at it. Until I was asked to interview Stephen Sondheim, the great American musical theater genius. Sondheim has perhaps the best brain I may ever encounter, and it never stops churning. I have been a fan for a long time and have known him since I was the gopher, as in go for this, go for that, on the original production of his musical Follies. That had me working directly with him, typing his lyrics, and even driving him to rehearsal a few times. We at Rodgers and Hammerstein have various business dealings with him, so I have interacted with him over the various times over the years. When asked to do this public Q&A with him, I came up with questions and thoughts, but I also sought advice from Frank Rich, who I knew had done several interviews with him. One thing Frank said was, like a good prosecuting attorney, don't ask any questions you don't know the answers to. I did my introduction, lobbed a good first question in his direction. He turned to the audience and answered it precisely, brilliantly, wittily. And when he was done, he turned back to me for the next question. I had listened so intently to what he was saying that I got lost in it. I stuttered a bit, looked at my notes, and came up with another question, which again, he answered brilliantly. But I wasn't getting the kind of give and take that by that time I'd gotten used to. A few years later, I was asked to interview him again. This time I was determined to do better. I took subjects he had talked about over and over and thought of different angles in so I could get different responses. I started by reading an excerpt from a letter I had found in the files at the office from him to Oscar Hammerstein II when he was a student at Williams College. He knew that Annie Get Your Gun, a show produced but not written by Rodgers and Hammerstein, was ending its New York run. He asked if some of the curtain material and the drapes could be sent up to the theater at Williams College for, quote, the forthcoming musical smash hit by that renowned composer of intellectual, abstruse, and unhummable music, one Stephen Sondheim. He was 18 at the time. That got us off to a good start. The best answer was to a question I asked about whether he and Oscar Hammerstein, who was his mentor, continued to discuss Sondheim's work as his career started. Did Hammerstein come out of town to see West Side Story or Gypsy, I asked. Oh, I've told those stories 100 times, he said, but I shot back, but not to us, pointing to the audience. He proceeded to tell the story of Hammerstein coming to see Gypsy out of town and giving 2 important notes. Since I made the decision several weeks ago that I would focus this talk on the notion of listening, it's amazing how many times I have read of people citing moments when they wished they had listened to some advice or learned something because they had paid close attention to something that was said. I was surprised to read at the end of a book that I casually tossed in my bag to read on the plane coming out here, a book on Leonard Bernstein by one of the people who worked with him, the following, quote, be curious, stay eager to learn, ask all the questions you can think of, and then listen, carefully, quietly, deeply. This campus is facing interesting times. You are going through a reassessment of this institution that is clearly unsettling. I would ask, in keeping with what I've said up here, that each and every one of you, no matter how involved you are in the discussion, listen to what everyone else is saying and feeling. Listen to what others are saying. You can't learn anything when you're talking. Listen to those who agree with you and those who do not. The right solution will come only if you all keep an open mind to solving the problems together. Thank you very much.
Let's once again congratulate Mr. Chapin for his wonderful speech. Please do that for us. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Al Thompson, Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs, and I am pleased to introduce to you your Spring 2018 Spring Class Speaker, Anyon Redinger. A resident of Waukesha, Wisconsin, Anyon is a communication public relations major with a music minor. He graduates today earning a Bachelor of Science degree. At this time, could Anyon's friends and family who are in attendance please stand to be recognized? Let's give them a round of applause for being here today. Wow, quite a few here. Thank you for being here to celebrate his very important day. You may please be seated. Thank you. Anyon has been involved in the Pointer newspaper over the last 2 years and most recently served as the co-editor-in-chief. He is also the public relations director for the Public Relations Student Society of America. Anyon works on campus as a student ambassador for the Office of Admissions and is a member of the Sigma Alpha Pi and Lambda Pi Eta. This spring, he also performed in the opera workshop with the music department. Anyon will be working at Create Portage County this summer, managing their summer concert series, and will be studying abroad in Hungary next fall. Please give a warm welcome to our Spring 2018 speaker, Anyon Redinger.
My fellow graduates, faculty, staff, and administration, thank you for honoring me today as your commencement speaker. 4 years ago, we began on a journey that is one of the most important ones that we will take in our lives, For me, I began college somewhere else, as some of you also did, and found my way to UWSP 2 years ago when I transferred here in the fall of 2016. But no matter where, how, when you came from, you are here. You're here now, at the end of the road. I hope when you look back over your time here at UWSP, you remember the opportunities given to you and how impactful the people you've met were. You made the most of your time here, and you will walk away a different person. I know I will. When I transferred here in the fall, I jumped right in and got as involved as I possibly could. I took as many opportunities to grow as possible. All of us have done similar things, and the symbolism of graduation here today is proof of that. Education is one of the most influential ways to change the world, and now all of us are prepared to embrace the unknown, embark on whatever journey is next for us, all as diverse and unique as the people that are sitting here in this room today, and make a better life, not just for ourselves, but for the rest of the world. Even if we forget about the conventions of the comma, for instance, or even all the symbols on the periodic table of elements, which frankly I forgot years ago. We're educated in more ways than just passing tests or getting through our classes. We have learned how to think deeply and critically, to discern and understand empathetically, but ultimately to speak up and advocate for what matters to us. Before we close this chapter of our lives, I invite you to reflect and think about where you are now in comparison to where you've been, not just in school, but in your relationships. You have grown and you have changed, and all things do. But even when a time when change is constant, it's so important to be present and soak up what is happening so you don't miss it. I was inspired by a poem written by William Stafford that my voice professor shared with me at the beginning of this semester. He was an American poet, William Stafford, who had a career that many compared to Robert Frost. His poem, Being a Person, instantly spoke to me the second I heard it and read it. I want to share some of it with you right now. Be a person here. Stand by the river, invoke the owls. Invoke winter, then spring. Let any season that wants to come here make its own call. After that sound goes away, wait. How you stand here is important. How you listen for the next things to happen. How you breathe. I think this poem struck me so much because of its message of being present in a moment, listening to the world around you, and then similarly reacting and moving forward after each moment in life. It makes you think, and in a lot of ways, isn't that what college has been for us? How we stand here is important. How we listen and react to the next things that happen to us. If things were different, if I didn't change my major 3 times, if I didn't even apply to come to UWSP, who would I be today? That matters. It all matters because it has made me who I am today, standing here on the stage at graduation. The same is true for all of you. No matter what obstacles you have faced in your life, in your education, you overcame them, and you are here. Celebrate that. Let's remember how we accomplished the moments of doubt and fear, how we came through the dark and seemingly never-ending all-nighters, our capstone projects, and final exams that seemed impossible until suddenly they weren't. Think about who helped you, who changed you. I've made many friends here who I will have for life, and similarly mentors like my communication professor, Steve Hill, or my voice professor, Susan Bender. Who was with you in moments of sweet success, which earned you a walk to Carly's or Belts, if you're a Belts fan, for some celebratory ice cream? On your trivia team in the brew house? Who was your study buddy in Albertson Hall on the 4th floor? I ask you to remember these people and these moments going forward. Keep up with your professors, your mentors, and your friends here at UWSP. Go out into the world and make your mark, but look back once in a while and say thank you to those who have been alongside you. Continue to learn and grow thus far as you have in life, because learning doesn't stop the day we cross the stage at graduation. It's something we will continue to do for the rest of our lives. Similarly, your education has made you who you are today. Help someone else have that same impactful experience. When you get the chance to give back, do so. Speak up, write, read, advocate for what you believe in, and be an active member of society. No matter what happens in the future, no matter what majors are titled or what programs are called, this university still prepared you for being here today at graduation. Be proud of that. Be proud of your roots as a Pointer. Reach out to your Pointer family members. I mean, look around. There's quite a lot of us here to help each other out in the future. But go forth, using your education to make our world a better place. Be a person that is present in life. Congratulations, class of 2018, and thank you.
Thank you for that thoughtful message. Commencement is a ceremony filled with traditions, from the flowing academic regalia to the hardcovers of your diplomas. We mark this occasion with traditions steeped in symbolism. In September of 2013, we brought back fall convocation. More than 1,500 incoming students and over 700 faculty and staff celebrated to start the academic year, committing to each other and reinforcing our dedication to our community of learning. What might that cupola look like 100 years from now, the one sitting in front of the stage? Scattered and dented, I'm sure, darkened by the thousands of hands that will have touched it. None of us will be here to see that, but I know in my heart we're building a tradition and a university for the future. It is now my pleasure to introduce UW-Stevens Point alumni David and Trina James. Both of these individuals have a strong connection to UW-Stevens Point and the community. David is a partner at O'Brien Anderson, where he primarily focuses on estate planning and business law. He has been a member of the UW-Stevens Point Foundation Board of Directors since 2015. David earned his Bachelor of Science degree from UW-Stevens Point in 2001 and graduated UW-Madison Law School in 2005. Trina is an officer with the Stevens Point Police Department, where she has served in many roles, including as a detective, as the police school liaison officer at Stevens Point Area High School, and as a patrol officer. She earned her Bachelor of Science degree in Resource Management from UW-Stevens Point in 1999. It seems fitting that this couple is here today as those committed to UW-Stevens Point and this community. They join us as we seal our commitment to UW-Stevens Point. Please help me welcome David and Trina James.
Thank you, Chancellor Patterson. It is our honor to lead the UW-Stevens Point alumni pinning ceremony this afternoon. Graduates, during your time as students, you became members of the UW-Stevens Point community and the broader community here in Portage County. For most of you, life's journey will now take you to new places. You will find new communities and make new connections. Remember, wherever you go, whatever you do, from this day forward, you will always be members of the UW-Stevens Point alumni community. Please join us now in a brief pinning ceremony. When you walked into the building today, you were each given a UW-Stevens Point lapel pin attached to your name card. Now is the time to take out your pin. Graduates, please turn to the person next to you. You may have had a class together, or this may be the first time you have met, but you are already connected as UW-Stevens Point alumni. At this time, we ask you to secure that connection by attaching your pin to your neighbor's gown. Trina, please exchange pins with me at this time.
Where is it? Oh. I ask that you always wear this pin with pride. Cherish the memories of the time you spent at this university. When you step into your new lives and you meet other UW-Stevens Point alumni, make sure you pause and connect as fellow Pointers. If you see a Pointer not wearing a pin, give yours. You can then call or email Alumni Affairs and they will send you a new pin to replace the one that you shared with your fellow Pointer. Congratulations, class of 2018. We are honored to share this moment with you and are counting on you to share the Pointer spirit, continue the Pointer legacy, and carry on this Pointer tradition.
Thank you very much, David and Trina, for leading the university's pinning ceremony with the class of 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now ready to confer the degrees. The first being the Doctor of Audiology, a joint program between UW-Stevens Point's School of Communication Sciences and Disorders and UW-Madison's Department of Communication Sciences and Disorders. Will the candidates for the doctoral degrees please stand? Chancellor Patterson, on behalf of the graduate faculty of the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point, it is my privilege to present the May 2018 candidates for the Doctor of Audiology degree in the College of Professional Studies. I recommend that, contingent upon successful completion of the requirements, they receive the diploma of this university and that the appropriate degree be conferred upon each of them.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin System, and upon the recommendation of the graduate faculty of this university, I confer upon you the Doctor of Audiology, together with all the honors and privileges that pertain thereto. Congratulations.
Marshals, please escort the doctoral candidates forward.
College of Professional Studies, Doctorate in Audiology, hooded by Dr. Julia King. Sarah Rose Anderson. Kaya Jill Bickford. Sarah Catherine Hamilton. Andrew Michael Yankee. Phoebe Sewell. Allison Clancy Stabos.
Next, will the candidates for the master's degree please rise? Chancellor Patterson, on behalf of the graduate faculty of the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point, it is my privilege to present the May 2018 candidates for the master's degree. The graduate faculty and I recommend that, contingent upon the completion of all degree requirements, each candidate be conferred with the master's degree and in testimony thereto be presented the diploma of this university.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin System, and upon the recommendation of the graduate faculty of this university, I confer upon you the master's degree with all the honors and privileges that pertain thereto. Congratulations.
Those faculty representatives who will be participating in the hooding ceremony, please meet your candidate at the bottom of the stairs. Candidates, please remain standing. Marshals, please escort the master degree candidates forward.
College of Professional Studies, Master of Science in Community and Organizational Leadership, hooded by Dr. Holly Schmies. Madison Grausen. Hooded by Dr. Annie Wetter. Ashley Popp. Master of Science in Elementary Education, hooded by Dr. Pam Bork, Melissa Schleifer. Master of Science in Education General, hooded by Dr. Pam Bork, Rola Alsmadi. Tori Catherine Dayton. Elena Genvet. Kathy Krause. Amy Lambrecht. Susie Merritt. Megan Stevens. Brianna Weber. Master of Science in Communication Sciences and Disorders, Speech Language Pathology, hooded by Dr. Julia King. Lydia Anderson. Olivia Anderson. Nolan Baker. Shannon DeSorcy. Kristen Ewell. Sally Hawbaker. Brianna Helminski. Megan Lignock. Kelsey Hoyman. Michaela Hoy. Robert Eisen. Meredith Johnson. Katie Kolbus. Lauren Keel. Sarah Kwaterski. Caitlin Murfeld. Erica Meyer. Ashley O'Connell. Brianna Perry. Chelsea Peterson. Anna Shellhorn. Shannon Shield. Audrey Scholander. Sierra Sween. Rachel Triller. Nicole Broman. Shelby Wagner. Sydney Weber. Anna Weisbrod. Nicole Zigerlicki. College of Fine Arts and Communication, Master of Arts in Communication, hooded by Dr. Melissa Meyer, Katrina Diane Hansen. Hooded by Dr. Nathan Rodriguez, Heidi Oberstadt. Master of Music Education, hooded by Director Emerita Patricia Dercoli. Michelle Elise Zielinski.
Good afternoon. I'm Marty Loy, Dean of the College of Professional Studies. Will the candidates for bachelor's degrees in the College of Professional Studies please stand? Come on, everybody up. Chancellor Patterson, these students who are ready to enter their professions proactive, resourceful, connected, and caring are candidates for bachelor's degrees in the College of Professional Studies. I recommend that they receive the diploma of this university as long as they successfully complete the requirements of that of the Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Science in Nursing degrees, and that that degree be conferred upon them. Candidates, please be seated.
Greetings, graduates and guests. I am Valerie Sisler, Dean of the College of Fine Arts and Communication. Will the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees in the College of Fine Arts and Communication please stand? Chancellor Patterson, these students are candidates for the baccalaureate degrees in the College of Fine Arts and Communication. I recommend that, contingent upon successful completion of all degree requirements, that the Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Music, or Bachelor of Science degree be conferred upon them. Now will all baccalaureate candidates from both the College of Professional Studies and Fine Arts and Communication please stand for conferral.
That's all of you. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin System, and upon the recommendation of the faculty of this university, I confer upon you the baccalaureate degree with all the honors and privileges that pertain thereto. Congratulations. You may be seated. UW-Stevens Point takes great pride in its Army Officer Training Program. It is now my pleasure to recognize 6 ROTC cadets who will be commissioned as second lieutenants in the United States Army today. This is the first time we've done the commissioning at the commencement ceremony, and I'm very grateful to Major Tokash and her staff for bringing this idea forward. We greatly appreciate the work that they do over in our detachment. It is one of the best in the country, as you will soon see. UW-Stevens Point ROTC is the host school of the Northwoods Battalion, which also includes detachments at UW-Stout, UW-Eau Claire, and UW-River Falls. Each year, the Northwood Battalion trains approximately 200 cadets across all academic levels and produces an average of 22 lieutenants annually. For the second time in 3 years, the Northwoods Battalion earned the overall top program award from the 3rd Army ROTC Brigade. We competed against 42 other programs for this honor. The battalion is also recognized as being in the top 10% of ROTC programs nationally. Today, we give special recognition to those students who have excelled both in the classroom and out of the classroom. And now, before I introduce Lieutenant General Scott Barrier, who will be administering the oath of office today, I would like to ask our graduates who are veterans, or active duty, or reserve personnel, to please stand. These graduates are wearing red, white, and blue honor cords to signify their service to our country. And I also want to invite members of the audience who are serving or have served in the armed forces to stand with our graduates so we may recognize your service as well. And one more thing as you're standing. I've not done this before, but as the students processed in today, they were walking past the faculty and the platform party, and I overheard one young lady in line walk up and hug General Barrier and said, "My father just died in the line of duty." So I'm sorry, I don't know your name, but you're out there somewhere. Would you please stand as well and represent your fallen father? Thus they appreciate how much we appreciate all they do for this country. Thank you. You may be seated. It is now my pleasure to introduce Lieutenant General Scott Barrier. Yes, that's with 3 stars. In the 35 years since he graduated and commissioned at UW Stevens Point, and yes, he's a Pointer, General Barrier has served our great country all over the globe, from Qatar, Iraq, Afghanistan, to the Republic of Korea. General Barrier currently serves as the top intelligence officer to the U.S. Army as the Deputy Chief of Staff, G2, at the Pentagon. Prior to being assigned to the Pentagon, he was the Commanding General and Commandant of the U.S. Army Intelligence Center of Excellence in Fort Huachuca, Arizona. General Barrier earned his Bachelor of Science degree from UW Stevens Point in 1984 and master's degrees from both Central Michigan University and the United States Army War College. In October of 2017, he received the Lifetime Achievement Award from the UW Stevens Point Alumni Association. Please help me welcome Lieutenant General Scott Barrier.
Thank you. Chancellor Patterson, distinguished guests, proud family members and friends of our University of Wisconsin Stevens Point graduates, greetings and thank you for allowing me to participate in this commencement ceremony today. Today, all graduates, past and present, are sons and daughters of the University of Wisconsin Stevens Point. I too am a son of Stevens Point, and I'm delighted and deeply honored to be here as the Army's senior representative to welcome some magnificent cadets, soon to be officers, and administer their oath of office so they can begin their Army journey. A staunch supporter of the Army ROTC program since its establishment 50 years ago, UWSP's commitment to developing the best leaders for our armed forces is similarly impressive and continues to set the standard across our nation. Combining the commencement ceremony and the commissioning ceremony is truly impressive and unique. And so to Chancellor Patterson, to all of the administrators and educators of this great university, please accept your Army's thanks for all you do to support your ROTC program and this great battalion. Your investment in developing leaders is exceptional and greatly appreciated. Before I administer the oath of office to these soon-to-be commissioned officers, please permit me to tell you a little bit about its history and its significance so you might better appreciate the importance of this solemn occasion. Oaths of loyalty and fealty have been a part of every army since before Roman times. Roman soldiers swore an oath to their legion commanders, their centurions. In the Middle Ages, knights and soldiers swore oaths to their kings, lords, and benefactors. Even today, in the United Kingdom, soldiers and sailors in their military swear a loyalty oath to the crown, to the Queen and her successors. In the United States, we swear an oath to an idea. That idea is freedom, and it is embodied in a document, our Constitution. That makes us different, and that difference can be called out throughout our nation's history. This oath played a central role in our Army's long and distinguished history since it was established in October of 1776, levying high expectations of loyal and selfless service upon the Continental Army Officer Corps. As our nation matured and democracy took root, the oath evolved to reflect the need to protect the idea of freedom in our Constitution. What has remained consistent throughout its evolution was the demand for every officer to take their obligation freely, to defend the Constitution, to bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and to discharge their responsibilities to the fullest. In 1776, our revolutionary soldiers swore an oath to be true to the United States and serve them honestly and faithfully against all opposers, and observe and obey the orders of the Continental Congress. Even in 1776, the oath stood out in sharp contrast to our British enemy. It was loyalty to the states and to the Congress, not an individual. After the Revolutionary War ended, the oath was slightly modified in 1789 to include the words, to support the Constitution, to bear true faith and allegiance to the United States, and to obey the orders of the President. The oath went virtually unchanged for almost 100 years, and then went through a necessary revision after our Civil War. In 1884, the oath was modified to account for internal threats, to defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. The words of our current oath are almost the same. It has stood the test of time, and it will continue well into the future as a beacon for all who take it. For our cadets who are about to take the oath, as it is read to you and you recite the words, consider them earnestly. Commit the words to memory, for you will find that they will guide you in your day-to-day activities and strengthen you in the face of new challenges as you pursue a lifetime of service to our great nation and to your communities. As you raise your right hand today, understand and appreciate the significance of your commitment to our nation and its sons and daughters who you will lead, and you may be leading into battle within 6 months or a year. Please come forward.
Second Lieutenant Cole Irish, Bachelor of Science degree, Transportation Corps, first assignment, Wisconsin Army National Guard. Second Lieutenant Daniel Loomer, Bachelor of Science degree, Military Police, first assignment, Fort Leavenworth, Kansas. Second Lieutenant Nicholas Selesky, Bachelor of Science degree, Ordnance, first assignment, Fort Lee, Virginia. Second Lieutenant Jordan Stewart, Bachelor of Science degree, Transportation Corps, first assignment, Fort Lewis, Washington. Second Lieutenant Wesley Sweet, Bachelor of Science degree, Field Artillery, first assignment, North Carolina Army National Guard. Second Lieutenant Luke Zasada, Bachelor of Science degree, Signal Corps, first assignment, Fort Meade, Maryland.
In the grade of Second Lieutenant
swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Chapin bartender. So help me God. Congratulations, Ben.
At this time, we will continue to bring the bachelor degree candidates forward. Marshals, please escort candidates by row.
College of Professional Studies, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Madison Anderson. Alexandra Page Bestel. Monica Castillo. Jory Hicks. Alyssa Johnson. Heather Zeitler. Bachelor of Arts, Elizabeth Marquard. Caitlin Micklig. Julia Stamp. Emily Zamanda. Bachelor of Science, Haley Alberg. Jack F. Akers. Kelsey Akey. Bethany Anderson. Michael Andrews. Hannah Arntzen. Caitlin Asfeld. Benjamin Robert Ayers. Nicole Babiash. Zachary Badalamenti. Rachel Battercher. Cassie Bardouche. Chelsea Bartell. Candace Bartlett. Allison Batterman. Laura Bauer. Chanel Becker. Bridget Montserrat Benitez Vargas. Anastasia Berryman. Allison Biagini. Bailey Birdseye. Elena Ann Bleckel. Rachel Boda. Libby Bonin. Brianna Borgart. Julie May Borntrager. Kylie Bradfish. Jacqueline Braun. Alexander Bregeman. Philip Bridges. Nathaniel Brockman. Tori Brooks. Patricia Bulgren. Emily Lynn Burkhart. Joseph Bushman. Jarrett S. Burns. Emma Elizabeth Calloway. Tori Calkins. Jenny Chang. Jennifer Click. Danielle Coleman. Nicole Collins. Samantha Cook. Taylor Covelli. Kevin Cropsey. Erin Culver. Emily Check. Emma Dahl. Jessica Dahlke. Danielle Dahms. Ethan Paul Dayton. Michaela DeBoer. Adam Decker. Whitney Rose Diker. Kim Delakuski. Maurice James Delmore. Kaylin Dempsey. Aisha Demsky. Miley Diggs. Madison Dillinger. Jacob Dinkle. Isabel Dombrowski. Jensen Dringoli. Jacob Dunn. Anna Rose Durst. Caitlin Dvorak. Julie Edwards. Riley Eichstead. Carlos Echeparaborda. Haley Evans. Ashlyn Nicole Fellows. Brooke Christine Fennern. Justia Fernandez. Brenna Filipenko. Elizabeth Fisher. Bridget Flesher. Andrea Flood. Kristen Freeman. Jesse Freund. Michael Friedel. Dana Fritsch. Ying Fu. Rachel Gasper. Andrew Gates. Angel Gerke. Brooke Gilbertson. Donna Glodowski. Allison Gooden. Peyton Getz. Savannah Gollan. Kelsey Goodwin. Amanda Gruber. Lexi Grizona. Courtney Hafman. Michael Hanson. Ciara Haupt. Gabe Hautala. Kristen Eileen Hakenen. Haley Helminiak. Mitchell Heenke. Logan Hermson. Jessica Herman. Emily Hirschleb. Bridget Hesselberg. Elizabeth Hippis. Ariel Hintz. Haley Hepner. Bobby Hoffman. Tiara Hoffman. Luke Hoffman. Samantha Homan. Adela Holquin. Teresa Holperin. Akila Huggins. Alexandra Humphreys. Allie Hurish. Seth Hutner. Sarah Hooven. Levi Jaden. David Yeager. Aaron Yeager. Jake Jaworski. Brett Anthony Jensen. Joseph Jensen. Marcus Jensen. Jessica Johnson. Haley Jones. Angela Carlin. Alexandria Korsky. Jacqueline Keating. Daniel Kellner. Eric Kerr. Angela Grace Kessler. Mongshi Kang. Spencer Frank Keycafer. Angela King. Rachel Kennard. Edison Kispert. Tiana Klein. Natalie Ann Cluck. Brittany Knayer. Jack Knutson. Blake Cook. Caitlin Marie Kunzila. Kayla Marie Kopaz. Jonathan Koth. Kennedy Kowalczyk. Vanessa Kozelek. Jennifer Lynn Kozich. Elizabeth Cron. Jessica Kramer. Caitlin Kreiser. Melinda Craning. Rachel Kubaki. Carrie Ann Kufis. Heather L. Kunish. Nathan Kunze. Hannah Kurtenbach. Anthony Lalensack. Emma Lambert. Connor Hans Langseth. John Larson. Katie Scarlett Larson. Justin Lauber. Jason Lay. Callie LeBrun. Cole Lemonis. Benjamin Lena. Brady Lepick. Cinder Ashley Larand. Sierra Lindahl. Zach Lindberg. Kelly Ann Linderoth. Katie Loback. Anna Lobus. Jake Lipke. Rodell Megtanum. Jessica Marie Mikely. Madison Alexis Main. Kinsey Manabach. Brittany Marone. Adela Esther Martinez. Ryan Maslanka. Lucas Matthias. Felicia Maurer. Kaylee Mazemke. Anna McCartney. Bryce McGuire. Jenna McKellips. Christina Nicole Merkus. Cody Metra. Sean Meyer. Morgan Michael Lajewski. Benjamin Miller. Caleb Miller. Derek Max Malasic. Scott Moline. Alex Molland. Abigail Miller. Melissa Miller. Nicole Metz. Tyler Nalbach. Crystal Mary Nations. Molly Teresa Nauman. Taylor Nauman. Isabella Nelson. Paige Nelson. Aaron Nickel. Cody Nielsen. Stephanie Nielsen. Spencer Nemi. Willem Nong Lambert. Christina Obradovich. Michael O'Hara. Tabitha O'Keefe. Emma Olson. Hannah Lynn Sarah Olson. Nick Page. Marissa Newman. Allison Pankow. Antoinette Parker. Brianne Parlier. Mercedes Pazdra. Kayla Peplinski. Samuel Peters. Brittany Peterson. Devin Peterson. Hannah Pettipies. Brianna Peppenbrock. Alan Posernich. Kristen Pullman. Megan Price. Brittany Prohl. Ellie Punnett. Jace Purdy. Tyler Rashke. Gregory Raitt. Erica Rotundi. Alexan Rector. Abigail Wren. Luke Reynolds. Miranda Richards. Haley Gibson Rock. Alexa Rowland. Michaela Rowland. Barbara Rose. Emily Rouse. Michael Rowley. Boone Roycraft. Hope Roselle. Brittany Rusinski. Michaela Rucker. Kelly Ruga. Parker James Sadowski. Brianna Sanderfoot. Haley Sanders. Maddie Schlossmacher. Alana Schmitz. Brady Schrouth. Lyanne Schrader. Eliza Schofer. Gregory Schultz. Keaton Schultz. Holly Schwartz. Xavier Scott. Ian T. Sedlacek. Samantha Seabrook. Faith Setsky. Ketavan Shonya. Madeline Nicole Showalter. Katie Schofer. Brett Sivright. Nicholas Siskoff. Adam Smith. Kelsey Smith. Leah Smith. Patrick Smith. Drew Spaeth. Kayla Stelz. Dallas Stelter. Erica Stair. Allison Lee Stoffel. Miranda Rachel Stroik. Chelsea Swanson. Lawson Richard Swick. Ryan Swigert. Brittany Taggart. Nicole Teskey. Chelsea Lynn Tesmer. Nicole Tesmer. Joshua Stephen Tews. Shelley Tao. Kao Yer Tao. Rosa Irene Thill. Gabrielle Thomas. Jamie Thompson. Alexandra Tomlin. Kelsey Trinkner. Emily Tucker. Katie Ollenbrook. Mua Bang. Jenna Varner. Ashley Vertelka. Jessica Block. Michael John Velker. Emma Lauren Voss. T.J. Walkington. Logan Walters. Danielle Wanta. Madeline Welsh. Charles R. Westberg. Mackenzie Wessel Woodcock. Samantha White. Kaylin Waiter. Kelsey Weigel. Elizabeth Williams. Brian Willman. Brandon M. Willems. Tony Winslow. Morgan Workus. Elizabeth Worth. Cheyenne Lee Wepsey. Samantha Wynowski. Zachary Wolf. Lindsay Wallner. Ella Wood. Melissa Nicole Wood. Amanda Christine Robleski. Malia Zhang. Yang Yang. Cassandra Yezel. Alexandria Nicole Yednick. Amanda Zager. Edward P. Zyhowski. Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Hannah Grove. Megan Soik. College of Fine Arts and Communication, Bachelor of Arts, Keenan Aiken. Ellen Ting Arnold. April Babe. Samantha Barkey. Hannah Boer. Logan Bayek. Megan Brady. Amber Gonzalez. Missy Haberly. Catherine Hanson. Lacey Harris. Blue Heindel. Matthew Hoyt. Emma Keel. Anna Kurzinski. Brian Lashinsky. Amanda Joy Lindus. Travis John Lepfy. Nicole Lynch. Elizabeth Menard. Salem Miller. Joshua Knobber Finch. Sarah Noel. Colton Oltesvig. Lacey O'Rourke. Evan Peterson. Amy Roby. Liz Summers. Erin Tritz. Lindsay Van Meegen. Megan Wagner. Destiny Walker. Samantha Wigand. Nancy Yang. Jing Zhang. Connor Zimmerman. Bachelor of Fine Arts, Alicia Bachman. Michael Bannock. Nina Marguerite Baresi. Jacqueline Belko. Carl Shalius. Sarah Cunningham. Dalen Dahl. Jenna Lee Dorfler. Kiara Callahan Dunlop. Elizabeth Ann Erler. Whitney Iden. Noman Erdenbeleg. Riley Fichter. Abby Frank. Nicholas Goodell. Jose Gonzalez. Victoria Rose Hanson. Ashley May Hess. Tiffany Hildebrand. Kaylin Hogan Miller. Signe Johnson. Kenneth Inskip Jones IV. Rachel Klein. Molly Caper. Scott Laban. Michelle Larson. Taylor McCumber. Sarah Elizabeth Mertens. Thomas Jefferson Moberg. Lauren Miller. Molly Elizabeth Newman. Mackenzie Taylor Noltner. Ashley Panka. Jacob Powell. Kelsey Schneider. Wiyu Shi. Drew Swenson. Simone Teggy. Jacquees Thompson. Jonathan Turner. Darling Vang. Jamie Weinfurter. Jacqueline Weitzel. Jaya Usri White. Kayla Wilcoxon. Amy Winfield. Jacqueline Danielle Zimmer. Bachelor of Music. Austin Bolden. Zachariah Dietenberger. Allison Evans. Zachary Finnegan. Jeffrey Fisher. Keaton Galazio. Brianna Heffler. Heather Konetsky. Kelsey May Menzia. Anya Perstaver. Gina Schmalz. Tess Tranel. Jared Zinda. Bachelor of Science, Hannah K. Ashbeck. Kevin Lee Bargender. Ellen Maureen Berman. Maggie Carcello. Brianna Davis. Fred Eason. Chelsea Fleece. Alyssa Nicole Giamo. Carrie Kathleen Grandy. Catherine Grandy. Tegan Griffith. Jessica Susan Hammer. Nathan Charles Hansen. Joshua Hanyard. Tanner J. Hockey. Shiny Her. Paige Marie Jacob. Christopher Johnson. Benjamin Kurowski. Samantha Jo Moss. Stephen Mackery. Carissa Pankey. Hannah Connie Oon Pryor. Christopher Dennis Rasmussen. Anyan Friedrich Rettinger. Colin Richter. Andrew P. Rowe. Jessica Skutkowski. Kyle A. Thompson. Avenel Wiest. Julie Yang.
Marshals, you can please take your seats.
Well, commencement is never boring at the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point. And when you have a friend that actually can get in the door with a tuba, all the better. Graduates, you may now move your tassel to the left side of your mortarboard to indicate your graduation. Congratulations. Graduates, we hope that you will always consider UW-Stevens Point to be your home, and please come back and visit often. We wish each of you continuing success and happiness, and to all our guests, we thank you for helping us celebrate our graduates today. Congratulations and best wishes to you all. To conclude, it is a tradition at UW-Stevens Point for the Chancellor to give a charge to the graduates at the end of the commencement ceremony. So I'll do just that. What do you expect to hear, graduates? Perhaps some of the same things I considered saying. You should go out and be a leader, make good use of your education, make the world a better place. While these are all good thoughts, and certainly things we want you to do, they are being expressed at commencement ceremonies across this country. UW-Stevens Point is no ordinary university, and your experience here has been anything but ordinary. So I will say simply this: reach out to those who are alone, speak up for those who have no voice, stand up for those who cannot stand. One final thought: the day will come, it will surely come, when you are confronted with an ethical dilemma. There will be no one to show you the way. There will be no instruction manual. There will be no one to lean on, no one to ask, no one to text, no one to call, no one to reach out to on Facebook. You will feel more alone than perhaps you ever have in your entire life. At that precise moment, when it is up to you and you alone, what you will have to lean on, to call upon, is your foundation in life. That is your pointer education, and if you are a person of faith, your faith in God. Now go and be servant leaders. Godspeed. Congratulations, class of 2018.
Before we leave today, we ask you to stand and join graduate Allison Evans in singing our alma mater, The Purple and the Gold. The words and music are printed on the last page in the commencement program. She will be joined by the UW Stevens Point Band. This song was written by a former music professor, James Arrowood. Thank you, Allison. The audience may be seated. Marshals, please release our faculty, staff, and graduates by row after the platform party has recessed. For safety reasons, we ask that the audience please remain seated during the recessional. The ceremony site will remain open until 5:30 p.m. for family and friends to take pictures. There will also be photo opportunities outside and in the Quant Fieldhouse. Thank you.